Why we're up here. Normally we've got this, or someplace else. I guess we ran out of room.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jennifer Matz from the Office of Economic and Workforce Development. As you know, some months ago, the mayor launched an initiative called China SF, which was designed to bring Chinese-based companies to San Francisco and to support those Chinese-based companies that are already in San Francisco and develop stronger ties between San Francisco and really position San Francisco as a gateway city for China. The effort has borne amazing fruit in its few short months of existence. It is led by Ginny Fang here in San Francisco, and we also have a director in Shanghai. Today we're here to announce another victory of a Chinese-based life science company which has decided to locate its global headquarters here in San Francisco. So this is an opportunity to talk about that company, how excited we are to welcome them, and also to talk about some of the other recent victories of the initiative.
Great. Dennis, why don't you just talk about our trip, what we're doing with you?
I'm Dennis Conahan. I'm with the San Francisco Center for Economic Development, and we're a partner with the Mayor's Office of Economic Development in this China initiative. And it's been extremely important, and it's been the bright spot in today's economy with the interest that we've seen. And today is another example of the early efforts that we've been doing to encourage Chinese businesses to locate in San Francisco.
Jenny, why don't you update us on what you're doing and talk a little bit about why we're here.
Sure. So since we took our trip in Shanghai, we've just been very, very busy pursuing a lot of the leads and the energy and the momentum that was created then. And actually, in terms of our announcement today, this is a distinct, direct result of our trip and our efforts in Shanghai and the connections that we made. We've been continually working on expanding our networks through our board members in Shanghai, also here in San Francisco with business leaders who are very, very versed in doing business in China and in the U.S. And so we're very excited that it's so early already and bringing fruit to San Francisco, bringing jobs to the city, and being, as Dennis said, a bright spot in San Francisco's economy today.
So I want to just emphasize that.
This is really Todd Rufo in the Office of Economic Workforce Development. This is really an exciting win for the city of San Francisco. It really sits at the crossroads of two very important industry initiatives led by the mayor around biotech and the life sciences to promote the growth and expansion here in San Francisco, as well as with China, as others have mentioned. So this is a really important and significant win for the city.
So before Michael, I introduce you, just want to thank all of you for your efforts. This, as you know, this was initiated last year in a trip to Shanghai, a sister city that we've had for well over now a quarter of a century. And the whole idea was to take advantage of one of the principal assets that exists in San Francisco, and that's its unique gateway status to Asia, and in particular China, and to take advantage of the relationships that have been well established over that last quarter of a century. We've had a sister city that has done probably more than any other sister city in the United States. In fact, that's an objective analysis, as it always is recognized as one of the most vibrant sister city relationships. But a lot of it's been cultural, and it's been exchanging individuals that have gone, human capital that's gone back and forth between our respective countries. But we've really never taken advantage of establishing more firmly a business relationship that can extend beyond our borders. And that was the idea of the China SF partnership and these new offices that we've opened, one here in San Francisco and one in Shanghai, and the idea of recruiting businesses from China here into the city and county of San Francisco, at least their North American headquarters here in San Francisco. You recall we had a small get-together like this with the director, rather the CEO and founder of Suntech, the largest now photovoltaic manufacturer, arguably now in the world. It's grown that significantly. Some of you said, well, it sounds nice, but there's only 5 jobs. We said, no, we think this is a growth opportunity, a growth area, and it's seed of things to come. Well, now they're over 50 jobs. They've grown tenfold in this economic recession, and they're continuing to grow, and looks like they're wildly outpacing even their most ambitious projections. In fact, they purchased a local solar company. And we'd like to think that was a consequence of the geographic identity that they were founded on the context of their headquarters status here in San Francisco. That was followed up recently by Trina Solar, also coming from this initiative, and China Daily, that is opening up, Jen, soon. Here, Todd and Jenny, out here in San Francisco, which is also something we're very proud of. So we have been very aggressive. We have organized with a team of advisors in Shanghai and a team of advisors here in San Francisco. It's really a who's who, even out here in San Francisco, of business leaders from all political stripes. So it's not about San Francisco values exclusively. It's about just encouraging people to locate their headquarters into the San Francisco Bay Area in California. We've also have great partners with Dennis and the Center of Economic Development, the Chamber of Commerce. The San Francisco Chamber also has partnered in this effort with the Bay Area Council to regionalize this effort even further. So this announcement today, and Michael's company, SPRIM, which I am just very interested in where the name came from, is, which we'll ask you, I'm sure they will as well, is the latest in these announcements. Their particular field of expertise, and I certainly won't speak for the doctor, but is in the area, as Todd referenced, in the life science area. How compatible, that's about as compatible as it can be for San Francisco and San Franciscans. We're the birthplace of biotechnology. Genentech started here in the city and county of San Francisco. We've seen so much advancement made in Mission Bay, now with Pfizer and their bioinnovations and biotherapeutics center being developed, QB3 in partnerships with Reg Kelly that I know, Doctor, you've reached out to QB3. This is what it was all about. This is what we had envisioned years ago, and now it's finally taking shape. And so I couldn't be more enthusiastic about this announcement. I'll let Michael talk a little bit more about how many employees and when it is that they're officially moving in with their, I think, new global headquarters. And we welcome you, and we thank you, and we're very enthusiastic to have you here today.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's a real privilege to be welcomed by you in this city of San Francisco. We're really thrilled to be moving here. For us, it's been a long process. We've been thinking about since a year to move our headquarters and establish headquarters in some place in the world. We're thinking about different places. I'm originally from Paris, so that was an option. Hong Kong was another option. And to give you a little perspective on our company, I co-founded SPRIM about 8 years ago now with my brother Olivier Schleifer and my partner Ivan Jerry. Our original idea was to serve on a global basis the needs of the food and the personal care industries on issues related to health. So health on innovation, on strategy, on development. For example, how to develop health products with health benefits, on nutrition, on gastroenterology benefits, on cardiovascular, that can meet the needs of consumers in Asia, in America, or Latin America. And in 8 years, we opened 22 offices in 15 countries, and we're a little more than 400 people. And after our reorganization, 5 global practices about 2 years ago, we thought it was a good moment to establish a kind of coordination office. And actually, we were looking for a place that can conveniently serve our Asian business, strong also emerging market presence in Latin America, which was important for us, plus serve as a coordination with our scientific platforms in Dallas and also in Europe. But the crucial point was because we're a life science service and consulting company, for us it was very important to be having our headquarters integrated in a existing strong life science community. Yeah. And this was really the point of decision that we really make. And I was invited at this China SF cocktail and dinner in Shanghai, where I was based for now 4 years. And after several trips since that moment, I think we found the right time. The team of China SF, Lily Huang in Shanghai and Ji Feng and Todd Rufo here, were extremely helpful in getting our transition easy into the city. And also, I would like to thank from the Heine Group, Kerr Gibbs, that gave us this great connection. So really happy to get starting here, and we'd really like to thank you very much.
When do you think you'll open the doors here?
Well, we made several offers, so we'll see. Hope one of them will get accepted, and it will be. I think we're really looking for the first setup in March, sometimes in March, and then we're relocating about 20 people from different offices. So that will take time because there's long relocation process, but and plus having people from here that will have this combination of local scientific environment plus our local team, international team.
That's great. That's great. Questions, guys?
So how many people, you said 20 people relocated, how many people total do you think there will be?
I think no more than 30 people here on a senior management level.
And it's an administrative office, I mean, it's not like you're...
Yeah, it's an administrative office.
Can you give an example of what it is that you create that incorporates health and food and...
Give you an example on cosmetics. We've been with an example in the Bay Area. We're working with a company, LVMH, so they're doing cosmetics like Christian Dior, for example, and we help them on the development of. So maybe you've seen Sharon Stone, the picture with the product. I don't want to do any kind of advertising here, but the idea was to create a products that were targeting stem cells activation. So it was a long process in terms of identifying the technology, trying to get a good ideas of what kind of clinical environment was able to create this benefits reality. Then putting together the program, implementing it, and finally working on endorsement with Stanford. Actually, that's what we did about 2 years ago. With Irvine Group, and it was launched about a year ago.
So the makeup.
So it was skincare.
Skincare
Yes.
targets stem cells.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's it called?
So a lot of businesses will say that the taxes are very high in California, San Francisco in particular.
It's true.
How do you get over these barriers, and why?
Well, we're doing business in a lot of very high tax countries. Don't want to name any specific, but we've been so we're used to very high tax environments. I was mentioned by China said that there was some tax incentive package, so we're going to look at this very more closely. But this is definitely not the point of making a decision. Same thing on the macroeconomic environment. Before SPRIM, I was working at L'Oreal, and I had one of the mentors told me, never consider macroeconomic. If you have a good business, just follow your business, and it helped us a lot in the last few years. So that's decisions really made on our business, not on other considerations.
It was interesting, you talk about Stanford University, life science space already being here, these partnerships with QB3. That gateway status. I mean, it is all of those attributes, it seems to me, and those are the things we're promoting, these research institutions and these the human capital, the remarkable density of scientists and researchers and venture capital, universities, Nobel laureates. It's a few places in the world that have that concentration, and those are the things we're really promoting. I think it does, I'm not going to speak for Michael, but I think those are the things you look for first, if I heard you correctly, and those are the things we're really trying to promote and encourage people to take advantage of.
Yeah, and also on a personal note, also being living 4 years in Shanghai, we really enjoyed the place there, right. And our kids are speaking fluently Chinese. I'm not, but my kids are. So it was also something important to have a school environment where they can continue their Chinese education. So that was also part of the package, I would say.
Perfect.
So let me understand, your previous headquarters was in Shanghai, or?
We didn't have a headquarters. We just grew from offices to offices. We structured 5 practices 2 years ago, and now we were thinking about a year ago it would be a good idea that at least all the senior management was in one place, or the maximum of the people willing to go in one place will be in one place. So
how did you get connected with China SF?
Through Heine Group.
Okay.
It's investment banking.
They're one of China SF's partners, part of our strategic advisory board.
Okay.
And so through the kickoff event in Shanghai, we were able to all have an opportunity to meet and start talking.
Forgive me, not knowing much about your company. You said it was a cosmetic company. Do you test on animals by any chance?
Actually, with some of our clients, because they want to move away from animal testing, we've been developing, for example, systems biology models of stratum corneum, for example. So we're assisting them on the technology and how to move away and find alternatives to animal testing. So we have one program in Shanghai running with one of our clients on this model. So a lot of our cosmetic companies are moving away from animal testing, but they need safe alternatives. So we're helping them on designing their capabilities, both on the in vitro and in silico models.
And on the jobs running, so you said you're relocating 20 and hoping to get up to basically 30. So would you be hiring 10 people from the Bay Area?
Yes, and we've started to interview quite a lot of people, and very talented people too.
What kinds of jobs?
With a medical background, people with clinical trial expertise, R&D background. These are people that we definitely looking for.
What was the name mean?
Excuse me?
What does the name mean?
SPRIM.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a French acronym because we're 3 founders are French. It was health for santé, prevention, research, information, medical. But we kind of, we lost it in years. Yeah, that was the original idea.
What sort of food products do you work with?
Work for a lot of the major food companies, work for companies like Kraft, like Nestle, across their different product portfolio, on products, on clinical trials development, on regulatory and scientific affairs, to try to get health benefits registered in different countries, to develop material and clinical trial and scientific data to characterize health benefits in these countries, to adapt health benefits locally. So there's a lot of work on how to provide healthier food to populations, and we're helping them in this area.
How many employees do you have worldwide?
A little more than 400. Last count was a little more than 420.
And you said it's in 15 countries?
Yes.
Would you look at eventually moving, you mentioned the Scientific Center in Dallas, eventually moving that to the Bay Area?
No, maybe 1-2 persons will be moving, but no, we have a good base in Dallas. And here we're looking, with different, and there are needs for us on different profiles. People with more, there's a lot of work, for example, in pharma mining that we're doing, so transferring pharmaceutical technologies into personal care and food areas. So we're looking at more this kind of people with a strong background in pharma that can take and help us in transferring these technologies to more consumer goods.
Did you say you're not sure yet where in the city the offices would be?
No, we made some, a few offers. We'll see. We'll see.
Do you require lab space then, or is it purely office space?
That's a good question. Actually, this was a question when I talked to our folk in Shanghai. I'd say, why do you want to have this very expensive space compared to Shanghai? So we're still into discussion, but definitely it's not the hardware. It's more the people, the combination of having the gray matter together with if there's a lab together, that's fine. But it's not the primary target of having a lab space here.
So would you have labs? And is that the intention, is to have labs?
It was not the intention originally. Okay. Touring on Mission Bay, we say, could be, but it's still a decision. We haven't made our mind yet.
That limits you somewhat, though, in what space you can have in the city, right? So.
Well, we can usually, even in other places where we have, segregate. We can have the office space for the management team, and then the lab space. It can be separated. There's not that many issue of having them together on the same floor. So.
Great. Thank you all. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.